Welcome to LexChat. My name is LexC, singer, rapper, writer, recording engineer, model, actress, dancer, all around entertainer, and thank you so much for joining me today. This show is dedicated to music and entertainment, where we talk about the industry and the business, and we help each other to become better artists in the game. This week on LexChat, there are a few topics I want to get into. After scrolling through Instagram and Twitter and things like that, I found a few interesting things to talk about, which includes French Montana talking about how record labels take out life insurance policies on their artists, Lil Baby saying he's not going to say the N-word in his songs anymore, and Tyler, the Creator, talking about artists being too passive when it comes to promoting their music, which I am also guilty of. So we're going to get into all of that in LexChat today. And if any of those sound interesting to you, stay tuned for the chat. Alrighty, so before we get into the topic for today, I got to check in with you with a Lex check. Few things. What's up, Roblox Landon, tuning in live on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's get into some things for Lex Check. As of the recording of this episode, I do not have any shows planned for August. This episode is going to be public on, sorry, I wasn't supposed to have that right there. This episode is going to be public on August 8th, I believe. As of the recording of this LexChat, like this live recording, I don't currently have any shows planned for August for real, but make sure you sit close to my website, www.LexCATL.com, so you can stay updated on the events and the shows that I will be participating in. Also, Motorboat is the latest single that I released, but I wanna make sure that I'm promoting my other music as I do these Lex chats. And I've already done like over 4 episodes promoting Motorboat. So I want to promote a different song for the next few episodes of Lex Chat. And that song is called Options, which I released in partnership with Maurice Beats. It is an R&B track available on all major streaming platforms. It's called Options. You can find it on Spotify. Actually, I need to check that. But it's on Spotify and Apple Music for sure. I got to see if it's on Tidal because Maurice is actually the one who distributed it. So I didn't have a hand in that role. But if you are listening to this on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, then you can hear that song Options playing in the background right now. So make sure y'all go check that out. Options by LexC, produced by Maurice Beats. True R&B song right there. True R&B song. Next up, make sure you don't forget that LexC is selling merchandise. I have the hashtag winner sun visors. I have the winner keeper wristbands. What's up, Q Dog? What's up, Mayor Rose? Sorry. I got the hats. I got the hashtag winner, hashtag keeper wristbands in a bunch of different colors, all the colors of the rainbow. I also have LexC lighters. So if you smoking and if you drinking, it's a bottle opener on the bottom part of this lighter. So make sure y'all go to my website. You can order those directly from me. I gotta update the shipping prices, but yeah, wristbands, hats. It's hot outside, the sun be in your eyes. I got my lighters. I also have LexC posters. So if you want an artist poster of LexC or you want a sexy LexC poster, I got the sexy poses as well. Check all of that out on my website. Those are available for sale and I do sign those. Gurdeep, welcome to the Lex Chat. Thank y'all so much for tuning in live with me. I really do appreciate it. It makes the show so much more fun when I have people tuning in live. So let's see here. Next up on my docket, I was recently featured in a couple of online publications. Oh Dear Magazine at ohdearmag.com. You got to go to the May 2022 tab and check out the article that was written about me. Also, Voyage Savannah. If you go to voyagesavannah.com/interview/check out Lexi's story, you will find an article about yours truly. So make sure you show those 2 platforms some love and check out those stories that they wrote about me. It's really dope to get more press. I feel like I haven't had press in a very long time. You could also go to my website and check out the read and then press. I accumulated all the little articles that I've been involved in. So yeah, make sure y'all definitely check that out. Lex Rated, I'm still doing that. Whether you want to have your song reviewed live on LexChat or you want me to dedicate an entire video to you, then for $25, I will review up to 3 of your songs. 3 songs for every $25. I'll review it, like I said, on LexChat or on my YouTube channel, a whole video dedicated to you, whichever one you prefer. Otherwise, if you are tuning in live on LexChat, it's $10 per song on LexChat. Send that to cash symbol LexCATL, cash symbol LEXCATL by way of CashApp. And that's how we're gonna run that. Okay? Okay. Also, I want to give a special shout out to L Cardi, who recently opened up his own club and hookah lounge called iHookah ATL. IHOOKKAATL, iHookah Lounge, or iHookah ATL. It's a lounge and a club, a lounge and a bar. It's located at 2852 Delk Road, Suite 212 in Marietta, Georgia, 30067. You can book his lounge for birthdays, brunches, listening parties, all that kind of stuff, gatherings, functions. You can hit him up at ihookah@gmail.com. That's IHOOKKAATL@gmail.com, or call 470-661-1183 for business. Remember, that is iHookah ATL, located in Marietta, Georgia, 470-661-1183 for business. If you are a business and you want me to give you a shout out on LexChat, at the top and the end of the episode, maybe even in between, if the numbers are right, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the chat, Blast 305 Global. If you want me to give your business a shout out during my LexChat, you can email me at lexisolo@gmail.com, LEXCSOLO@gmail.com. Tell me a little bit about your business and I'll give you a shout out. Of course, donations are welcome. Again, that is lexisolo@gmail.com, LEXCSOLO@gmail.com for me to give a shout out to your business. At the top of the episode, at the end of the episode, if you want it in the middle, we could work out some numbers. Donations are welcome. Donations are welcome. But that is all I have for the Lex Check. Let's go ahead and get into the topic for Lex Chat this week, which is a few different things. I'm trying out a new format. Oh, actually, but before we get into that, because I just looked at myself in the camera again, and I just want to say big congratulations to me, and I'm very proud of myself. Why? Because I did my own sew-in. Yes, I did. And it looks good. Oh, it smells amazing. I used Cream of Nature, the Argan Morocco oil. It smells amazing. I washed, I conditioned, I flat ironed. This is not styled yet. I need to curl it for a fashion show that I'll be doing on this Saturday, actually, which I can't believe I didn't include that in the docket. If you are listening to this live, then this Saturday, July 30th at 2 o'clock at the Dawn Event Center in Atlanta, Georgia, I will be walking in the Angels and Demons lingerie and swimwear fashion show here in Atlanta, Georgia, like I said, at the Dawn Event Center. So if you ever wanted to see Sexy Lexi pop out in lingerie and swimwear, then if you're watching this and listening to this live, I will be walking in that fashion show this Saturday, July 30th. If you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or YouTube, I'm sorry, you're already too late. The event has passed, but make sure that you stay tuned, stay in touch with my website, LexCATL.com, www.LexCATL.com, so you will be updated with the different events and the different shows that I'll be a part of. So, yeah. But I just had to let y'all know that I saved $400 by doing my own sew-in. This took me about 8 hours in total because it was a very long process. I had to wash my hair, condition, blow dry, detangle, part, and then braid. That took 2 to 3 hours. And then I had to wash and condition and blow dry and flat iron the hair, which probably took another hour. So what's that, 4 hours? And then it took me a little minute to figure out how to get the needle and the thread right and how to hold my hands. And I had to feel everything I was doing in the back of my head because I don't have extra mirrors. But I'm very proud of myself. Why? Because like I said, I saved myself at least $400 by doing my own sew-in. So I'm very happy. I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, just had to give you that last little tidbit before we get into the actual Lex chat. And yeah, so like I said earlier in the introduction, what's up, Real Eyes? What's up, Him the Fella? What's up, Untitled? Thank y'all for joining the Lex chat. Make sure y'all, pipe up, speak up on some of these topics that we're gonna get into. So we're gonna be talking about, French Montana, talking about how labels take out insurance policies on their artists. Lil Baby says he's not saying the N-word in his music anymore. And Tyler, the Creator, he's kind of upset with artists for being so passive about promoting their music. So we're gonna get into the Lex chat after these messages. Alrighty, so we got a few topics to get into. I've been doing more of like scrolling through Instagram or scrolling through Twitter and just social media in general. I pop in and out of my social media platforms. Oh, and YouTube as well. But I got these topics from Instagram, just scrolling through some of the pages that I follow. I got to give a shout out to the Shade Room and Streets 94.5 Atlanta. This is where I got these topics from, these little snippets from. Him the Fella says, hello, gorgeous. How you doing, fella? How you doing? Him the Fella. Put some respect on his name. I'm sorry. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing. But thank you so much. Yes. So I got these from, like I said, the Shade Room and Streets 94.5 ATL. And I just want to get into these topics a little bit. So the first one is French Montana talking about how record labels are taking out life insurance policies on their artists. Let's hear that.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But now it's even crazier because they getting life insurance on artists. At least back then we didn't have that.
Somebody told me that.
Yeah.
Is a label signing an artist in good faith if you're taking a life insurance out on him?
No, you praying on his death. You praying on making millions on his death.
Or are they being realistic though?
Both. They're being realistic, and you're supposed to have life insurance anyway. But when the label does it, if you don't have one, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think about what French Montana said? He was talking to DJ Academics when when that clip was taken. Again, I got to give credit to the Shade Room for that clip. They are the ones who posted that. But my thoughts on this, it makes sense to me why labels would take out life insurance policies on their artists. If you think about it, it's a smart thing to do. You got to think about how much money these labels are putting behind these artists and what kind of investment these artists represent. Like, it's a lot of money that a label is putting behind an artist. And if anything should happen to the artist, then how are they going to recoup their money? How are they going to make their money back? I mean, you could try to, sell the music. But once that artist is gone, there's no more club appearances. There's no more radio interviews. There's no more music videos being shot. There's no more new music being created. So you have to have some kind of insurance. You got to have some kind of peace of mind that your artist, that you're going to make your money off of your artist. I know that sounds really bad, but it sounds smart to me. The Real Eyes says slave mentality though. Him the Fella says, yeah, it's smart. The Real Eyes, why do you think it's a slave mentality? Let me know. I think it makes sense to me. We should have our own life insurance policies, but admittedly, even for myself, I I don't even have health insurance right now. So if a record label put out a life insurance policy on me, I mean, I would hope that my family would be cut into that deal. If anything were to happen to me, then of course I want the label to recoup their money, and I don't want that debt to roll over into my family. But if my family's not getting any of that money, then I can definitely understand what would be suspect and upsetting about, you got a life insurance policy on me, but my family's not going to be taken care of, like, after I'm gone. Like, that wouldn't make sense to me. Him, the fella, says, but what about their families who take out life insurance on them too? I would actually have to do more research to see if there's like a conflict right there, but I feel like they are insuring two different kind of situations. Like I said, with the labels are making sure that they're getting a return on their investment, because even if I use the artist that I worked with last year, they've already spent $1 million on her easily. Live life to the fullest. Welcome to the LexChat. They've already spent $1 million on her easily, and it's barely been a year that she's been signed with them. I know they spent $250,000 on a couple of music videos so far. So, and she's a new artist. Like, her record sales are not doing those numbers. And, you know, a lot of money has been put into the music videos and her marketing and her wardrobe, hair, makeup, flying her out to be a part of different events and things like that. So I know that bill is racking up very quickly with her. I know that. Excuse me. I'll say allegedly. Hold on. That went down the wrong way. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome to the LexChat, official Mr. Flash shows. The Real Eyes says, sometimes labels set up their artists to get killed due to the fact that they know the artist is worth more money dead than alive. And you know what? I actually saw comments just like that under the Shade Room's post. I think that's the darker side of it that the general public is not taking into consideration. Welcome to LexChat, Cassie's Curvy Closet. I got to give her a shout out for some beautiful clothing that I got to showcase for her in a fashion show about a month or so ago. But yeah, that is another part of the conversation that, like, regular people who are like not involved in music in the industry like we are, regular people maybe don't think about stuff like that. Where this would be most beneficial would be dealing with like rappers. And I was seeing comments, of course, where they were saying, like, you know, where are they pulling a lot of these newer rappers? They are, and maybe it was even on a YouTube video that I watched, I don't remember. Sometimes I take in a lot of different content and just feed my mind certain things, you know what I'm saying? But basically, it's kind of genius in a very, very sad way, right? So where are they getting a lot of these newer rappers? These rappers are coming from ghettos. They're coming from ghetto situations, from violent situations, from abusive backgrounds, abusive situations, and from a particular kind of lifestyle, right? And they're already talking about doing certain things and shooting and getting things back in blood. And so this is the kind of music that's being marketed and pushed anyway. So let's take these young dudes up off the street, throw some money at them. We're going to throw enough money at them that'll get them excited about signing with us, but not enough that if we have to take out an insurance policy and get money back, we're going to make sure that we're getting more money back in insurance than we did in spending money on this artist, right? So that's the sad part about it, right? The music is talking about blood, and then labels might do things behind the scenes, or these artists already have beefs with people either in the industry or most times in real life, and people talk crap about each other back and forth on songs, and next thing you know, someone's gotten shot at, someone took somebody's baby mama up top, somebody robbed someone's mom's house, somebody threatened someone's baby, like all kind of stuff could happen in these situations, and it fuels a certain beef. Next thing you know, someone gets shot and killed, even if they turn their life around, right? It could be a jealousy thing from their community, someone who was jealous in their community, and this artist maybe thought that they were good in their community because, you know, you do so much for your people, I should be good when I'm at home. but you find out the hard way that not everybody is happy for you. But to go back to the original point I was making, like, you know, they're taking these kids from certain areas, from certain lifestyles, and flashing the money, flashing the cars and the clothes and the women, and, you know, making all the music stuff look like so much fun. But then behind the scenes, they're fueling these beefs, and then something happens to the artist, and now the label got insurance money, and they're holding on to the masters and the catalog of the artist. And I don't know that the families get the money from when these things happen. So I definitely understand where you're coming from on that. The other thing we got to understand too is, unfortunately, a lot of artists suffer from engaging in a lot of different vices. Like, you hear about the drug abuse that artists go through, you hear about the sex addictions, or even if they just have a general issue around sex, because I'm pretty sure R. Kelly could tell you, allegedly, that he had an issue with sleeping around with young women, underage girls who were not of consenting age, or, you know, all the drugs that you hear about, or these guys might have a violent streak, and especially in like a sexual situation. So insurance money, I don't know, maybe it could cover lawsuits, or if they die because they partying too hard, too many drugs. So many things could happen, or even just natural causes, or if the artist wasn't taking care of themselves while going through these rigorous touring schedules on top of the partying and the drugs, and who knows what else goes on behind the scenes. A lot of things go on behind the scenes, but I think it's really smart for labels to take life insurance policies out on their artists. When you think about like the rap side of it, that's a little bit more sad, but I do think it is very smart about that. So yeah. The next one I want to get into is this clip of Lil Baby talking about how he doesn't want to use the N-word in his music anymore.
Like saying nigga in my song. If you catch it, I say hitter now. My shows be so white when I say nigga and they say nigga, that shit do something to me. Like, for real. Like, I got the whole crowd saying nigga to me. I start saying hitter. Like, I just be saying hitter.
That's hard.
I don't be saying nigga like that. You know, I'm a say it because that's my vocabulary, but for the most part, like, I try to take that out. Because now, when I'm in the booth and I'm rapping, I got to think about my fans who I'm rapping to.
Yeah, so what do y'all think about Lil Baby talking about how he doesn't want to say the N-word in his music anymore? Me personally, I think it's a very smart move to make a whole lot of faux X. I don't know what that means, but welcome to the LexChat. I feel him on that, and I wish I could show a lot of my other clients that video or tag them in it. And y'all know I gotta rag on the rappers, because rappers are the worst ones when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm always trying to tell my clients, you know, like, we need to get more versatile with the things you are talking about and how you are talking about the things you're talking about. Maybe you did get your fan base based on a certain kind of music or a certain kind of subject matter, but if you're trying to be a national star or an international star, then you just can't be saying certain things in your music anymore. And that includes the kind of cursing a lot of these rappers don't even want to clean up their lyrics when it comes to just like regular curse words, let alone getting them to stop saying the N-word. They be calling they girls the N-word, which is so weird to me, and bro. But that's a different conversation altogether. Very suspect in my opinion. But I love him, and I love Lil Baby, and I respect Lil Baby for saying this, because at the base of it, I think it's really smart. The real I says, yep, very true. This is the perfect example of being aware of your art, of your audience, and being aware of the people who support you. Every time I do a live show, I look around the audience, and the people who are showing up to my shows, the people who paid money, they paid for merchandise, and they're showing up in droves to come see me in concert. If I look around and it's all white faces, why would I set my fans up? There's a couple layers to this. Like, why would I set my white fans up to not be able to fully enjoy the experience because they're worried about, I don't know, maybe some black fans who are the minority in a lot of these concert situations. They got the black fans looking at them crazy because they saying the N-word. Like, as an artist, I would want all of my fans, all of my supporters to feel like they can get lost in my music. But if I am constantly making one sector of my audience feel like they have to censor themselves or be cautious when they're listening to my music because of how people might look at them, then that's a problem. And, you know, nobody wants to be thinking all the time when they're listening to music. Nobody wants to always have to be super aware and super conscious of things when they're listening to music. Music is an experience and it's a feeling, and it's something that you just want to get lost in. But if I was a white fan and I supported a black artist who was saying the N-word all the time, I want to have more fun at your show, but, or maybe they be too drunk or wasted on drugs to really care. I don't know. I'm thinking about all the people who are at Rolling Loud, and honestly, yes, a lot of people go to these concerts, but when you look out into these festivals, the overwhelming color that you're going to see at these shows is white skin, white people come out to these shows, and they love rap music. So I think it's very smart of Lil Baby to do this. And I think he's in tune with who his audience is and who is showing up who is the majority of people showing up to his shows. So I think it's really smart. I'm gonna move this microphone to me just a little bit because, yeah, I didn't really want it in the frame, but I feel like I can't see something when it's over there. But yeah, so like I said, this is why I encourage my clients to be more creative with their lyrics, because you want to be inclusive. Like, even though you are telling your own story as an artist, you want to give people something that's easy to sing along to, easy to relate to. But if you constantly saying N-word this and N-word that and N-word over here and N-word over there, like, but the most people who show up to your shows are white people, like, that sucks for them, you know? Him the Fella says, I think as a true artist, we should know how to change the way we express ourselves for everyone to still relate. And I 100% agree with you on that. We're like wordsmiths on a track. Like, basically, we talk for a living. We use words for a living. How could you not be more creative and versatile with how you communicate with one another? Like, how you communicate with people, how you communicate to your audience. I think it's really sad when someone calls themselves an artist, but they can't tell me more than 2 or 3 ways. Tell me in 2 or 3 different ways that water is wet, right? Water is wet. There's the ocean. Let me just say water because I'm putting myself on the spot and I look stupid. Let's try this again. Give me more than one word for water, or making someone come, right? Okay, this just got a little bit explicit. I don't know why this is on my mind. Maybe because Sexy Lexi After Hours is after this. But yeah, so more than one way to say I can turn my girl on or make her come, right? You can say I will turn you on or make you come, right? Or you can say I want to swim in your waters. I want to swim in your ocean. I want to take a dive in your pool. I want to open the floodgates. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like 3 or 4 different ways to say, I want to make my woman come. I want you to explode, you know? But a lot of these rappers will say, oh, I'm gonna make you bust. I'm gonna make you come. I'm gonna make you bust. I'm gonna make you come. I'm gonna F you till you bust. I'm gonna F you till you come. That's boring and it's not sexy. So when I hear rappers talking like that in songs, I'm just like, wow, the amount of pussy you must get. Like, some girls really find this cute. It's the money, sweetheart. It's not your personality. Let me calm down. I'm always gonna be tougher on the rappers. I hope everybody knows that. Official Mr. Flat Show says rappers are the worst when it comes to everything artist related. I don't have a problem with the N-word when it comes to lyrics from a fan perspective. You just can't acknowledge me personally as such. Okay. I like that. The intention and the direction of the energy behind the word. Be careful who you direct it at. But if we're all in this moment together, it's okay, I could agree with that. Because when I'm at a concert, I don't want to be worried about who's next to me saying the N-word, honestly. And maybe black people don't care so much in these concert situations. But the other thing that Lil Baby said, I was about to call him the Lil Baby. The other thing that Lil Baby said is, he got his white fans repeating the N-word back to him, and it doesn't feel right to him. And I would agree with that. As much time as we spend on the internet saying things like, who can and cannot say the word, why are we putting people in a position to be able to say the word, So I definitely respect him for that. Him, the fella, says sometimes it's what women want to hear. So I've learned, really? Women want to hear, I'm gonna make you bust and I'm gonna make you come? Like, y'all don't have more. I know you do, him, the fella, because you can do both, but you're a singer mostly. I find that R&B is more creative with the wording and the metaphors when it comes to saying things like, I'll make you come, I'll make you bust. But literally every rap song, all they do is tell me how they're going to make me come or how they're going to make me bust, but they never walk me through an experience, so I'm never turned on. Like, if a rapper's song was sex, he has never done foreplay because he's just trying to stick it right in. He's just trying to stick it right in, and that might need to be a snippet right there. But that's not sexy to me. You need to know how to get me warmed up and how to pique my interest mentally, because once you do that, the body will follow. You know what I'm saying? The Real Eye says water, H2O, reservoir, waterfall. Yes, I agree with y'all. All right, so the last thing that I have on here that I want to chat about, right? And y'all feel free to keep any parts of these conversations going. But I also found a clip of Tyler, the Creator, talking about how artists are basically too passive when it comes to how they, they're not like, oh wait, we got some more comments going in. I'm sorry. The Real Eyes says, oh, we talking about the nasty version. So The Real Eyes, I like what you did there. That's a clean way to say water. And thank you for saving me, because I sure was struggling. I was like, let's say water. Water, H2O, ocean. But yeah, if we're getting nasty with it, right? And maybe I should talk about this on Sexy Lexi After Hours. But if we're getting nasty with it, if you're only telling me how you're going to make me come, you're going to make me bust, but you literally never walk me through the experience, then in my mind as a woman, as a female audience, listener, viewer, whatever, I'm thinking that you have never taken pleasure in making sure your woman is pleased just based off of the way that you talk. Based off of the way you talk in a song, I can tell that you either look at a woman as someone to have fun with, like in an experience together, or you think she's just an object. That's how I feel about rappers who have no creativity when it comes to how they word things. Literally every rapper. I'm gonna make you bust, I'm gonna make you come, I'm gonna F you, I'm gonna F you good, I'm gonna F you hard. Like, ugh, it's gross. Him, the fella, says there's no turn on. Exactly. And like I said, if most of these rap songs were sex, then none of these ninjas know how to engage in foreplay. And on that note, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So the next topic that I want to get into, right? I found this clip of Tyler, the Creator, talking about artists being too passive with promoting their music. And I am definitely guilty of this. Official Mr. Flat Show says it's a difference between artist and character from a performance and standpoint, and them and they day-to-day life. This is another conversation that I need to think about, because for me, ideally, I want everyone to be who they say they are. And in my mind, there is power behind the words that we speak and the words that we choose to constantly say, right? That's the same thing as speak. I need to work on my repetitiveness and my redundancy. I notice that I do that a lot. But so like R. Kelly, right? Just because he's like the most recent one in news. Because of what he has done in his personal life, unfortunately, it makes me not want to rock with the music, because then I am supporting that person. I wish I could separate the art from the artist, but where I am right now, I'm not able to do that. And it's just the way that I choose to do business, and it's the way that I would like for most people to be. Why would you want to perpetrate something that you are not? That's how I think about that. I don't ever want to perpetrate something that I am not. And yes, it's entertainment, but I'm also advertising myself. Why would I want to falsely advertise who I am in my music? And I think the cool thing for me is, because I'm thinking about me going into the whole rapper journey and how I've been experimenting with all these rap songs. The things that I talk about in my rap songs and the way I talk about stuff in my rap songs, it's way different from how I talk about things when I'm singing and when I'm doing my R&B songs. But what's consistently true amongst everything that I do, bars, is the fact that I am everything that I show you in a song. Everything I talk about, I take pride in knowing that I've lived it or I've observed it. I've had, proximity to it. So maybe that's just me. Now, I would say actors could get away with that. But as an artist, I am the brand and I am the product, and I have to advertise myself. Why would I want to falsely advertise myself? That's like Future saying that he was rapping about drugs for years, even though he had stopped doing lean and all that kind of stuff. It's like, why are you continuing to push what you are not? And it's really hard for someone like an artist to have to hold on to that kind of persona, in my opinion. So that's what I would have to say to the artist being different from the performance or the art standpoint. You know what I'm saying? One Amont says, what's up? Nice work on the hair. Thank you very much. I saved $400 by doing this hair myself. I'm so proud of myself. What up, Big Lou? I wish you would go by Lieutenant Dan again, because it's just really fun. What up, Young Draco? Big Lou, what is that? Is that a question mark, or is my phone telling me that I can't see that emoji? I'm not sure what that's saying. So yeah, that would be my rebuttal to what you say right there. I'm the kind of person where I want everybody to be who they say they are. I want everybody to say what they mean and mean what they say. And I want everybody to, I want to be able to like personally the people that I work with on a professional level. And that's where I wish to go kind of a different route. I wish Western business was more like Middle Eastern business. At least from what I've read about how business is conducted in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia and like Islamic countries. They get to know you. They get to know you personally. They build a rapport with you. You get to know details about each other's lives. And if they decide that they like you as a person and they see that you're a family person, or, you share the same values, then you can continue with doing business, because if I like you personally and I see how you move in your personal life, then what you're doing personally will most likely reflect in your business. So as a side note, I wish that, Americans could move to that even more, versus we always feel like getting to the money is more important than standing on values a lot of times. And that's why people are so quick to forget about what someone did personally just because they were a great artist. And that would be my issue with R. Kelly. And the same thing with Chris Brown for me. When everything happened with Rihanna, I stopped being a Chris Brown fan. And I still, to this day, I do not seek out his music. I'm not really interested in what he's doing. But I will acknowledge that this song he came out with is called We. Warm Embrace. It's an acronym for Warm Embrace. I had to think about it real quick. But Normani is dancing in the video. I heard that song and I was like, oh, this is nice, Chris. I like this from you. But ever since that Rihanna situation, I just don't support him the way I did during his first 2 albums. So yeah, that's just me though. Big Lou, I am Big Lou says, LOL, it's a salute. Oh, okay, my phone is not showing me that emoji. Big Lou is the alter ego. Okay, so you got Big Lou and you got Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan, I got you some ice cream. You make me want to watch Forrest Gump every time I see your name pop up. When it used to be Lieutenant Dan, now it's Big Lou. All right, I see you, baby. I see you. Okay, on that note, let's finally get into the next and last topic that I want to talk about. And make sure y'all stick around for Sexy Lexi After Hours. Very excited. But yes, so the next topic we're going to get into is Tyler, the Creator, talking about how artists are too passive when it comes to promoting our own music, which, like I said, I am definitely guilty of as well. As a matter of fact, I just took some steps and decided that let me make some edited clips so I can share on my stories on Instagram, and let me see how I do with promoting that every single day. Because I was having events each month, right? And I would post the posters for these events every single day, along with the link to get tickets and information to the show. But I wasn't posting my own music. And I know that I should be doing all of those things, but I've come to the realization that I need to do a better job of being disciplined and posting the shows and promoting my music every single day. A lot of people are on my stories, but they don't go and like my posts because, I don't know, maybe they're afraid of being seen liking my posts or commenting on my posts. I don't know. It's very strange behavior to me. But that aside, I should be promoting every single day my music and my shows just alike every single day on my stories. So this is what Tyler, the Creator, had to say about artists being passive about promoting their music.
And you mean to tell me that you're going to be passive with your own and just put it on your story once? Are you fucking crazy, bro? I'm still promoting my album that came out in June. It's a year out and I'm still out here like, call me if you get lost, like What I notice is that some of these the younger guys and girls, they like, oh yeah, I got a song out, and they forget about it. And I'm like, no, let motherfuckers know.
Let motherfuckers know. And if we want to get monetized, we got to make sure we are, you know what I'm saying, censoring ourselves. Sometimes my brain has like little skips and I don't be thinking about stuff the way that I want to think about it all the time. But yeah, I think Maurice Beats, his name is Maurice McGee now. I think he's deciding to change his producer name, but I like Maurice Beats. But anyway, I think he tagged me in this video, and then I also saw it again on my timeline. So yeah, it's Tyler, the Creator. He makes an excellent point, and it also goes along with what I'm usually having to tell myself as far as like, you know, I want to make sure that I am constantly telling people. I think as artists, we kind of get tired. Some artists, they think that people are just gonna flock to them. Other artists, I think we get so tired because we're independent and we have to do literally everything on our own. And something like keeping up with the marketing of our music, it can just become a lot. But something that I have to keep reminding myself of, and it's something that a manager of mine told me a long time ago. He said, just because it's old, he said, it's old to you, but it's always going to be new to somebody else. And that's something that we have to constantly keep in our head. With the expansiveness of the internet and the fact that it's a free platform and literally billions of people have access to it, there's absolutely no reason other than laziness, or if you don't have internet access, I don't know, but it's mainly laziness. There's no reason why we shouldn't be promoting consistently on these free platforms. Most of us have internet, most of us have a cell phone. If you don't have internet, you can go stand by a Starbucks. You can go to a library. It's free. What's up, Quavo Black? I'm going to be back to work soon. I figured out my hair. Finally, I'll be back to work soon. Stay tuned for Sexy Lexi After Hours for that chat. But yeah. So there's really no excuse for us to not be promoting other than laziness and a lack of discipline, which I have definitely been guilty of. So, but I try to remember what my old manager told me, it's old to you, but it's always going to be new to somebody else. Him the fella says, I heard this the other day and told myself, he right. I need to do that right there. And we do a whole lot. Yes. Him the fella says, right. Definitely new to other people. There are 8 billion people in the world. About 2 billion of them is in China. I don't know. Was that bad for me to say? I don't know. But yeah, so there's so many people in the world, and so many people have access to the internet. There's no excuse why, in a time where it's so easy for us to connect, we just need to use the free tools that are available to us. That includes things like Instagram, that includes things like YouTube, that includes Twitter and Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat and all these other popular social media platforms that are available. All you gotta do is give up a little bit of information. But for the opportunity to connect on a grand scale with a lot of people, I think it's worth it. Quavo Black says, where you at? I'm at my house. I've been MIA from work for a week and a half now. I know. Finally got my hair together. And like I told you, I will be doing day shift. I saw that Gentlemen's Club is no longer charging cover between the hours of 1 and 7. So I'm gonna start promoting that, but I'll be back to work soon. I'll be back to work next week. Yeah, it's that time of the month, but also I finally figured out my hair. I don't want to be throwing it back on nobody during this time of the month. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gross. But yeah, Foy G Factor, welcome to the LexChat. Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, so there's really no excuse to promote. We have all these free platforms, and not to toot my own horn, but I have figured out a way to push myself on these free platforms. Now, I would encourage artists to get your own platform as far as like a website, right? When you look at all these apps on your phone, a lot of people forget that apps are based on internet web browsers. It's only an app because it's more convenient to do everything on your phone than it is on a laptop or a desktop. So, but at the base of these apps is a website that can be accessed from a regular computer. So as an artist, we should all have our own platform, which would be our own website, which you can get through, there's Squarespace, there is Wix, there's WordPress. I use Squarespace. You can also buy your domains through them, but you can buy domains through sites like Squarespace offers them, Wix offers them, GoDaddy, HostGator is what I use, and Quavo Black, send me the Addy. I'm about to pull up on you. I gotta get to know you a little bit more before I invite you over. But yeah, I'm actually recording my podcast in my studio right now. Don't mind that. The cat, she likes to come in and play when I leave the door open. So that's why this looks like that. I also have to figure out my nails, I just realized. So yeah, we have all these free tools, like I'm saying, but you still, as an artist, I would encourage artists to get their own website. Like for me, I have LexCATL.com, www.LexCATL.com, and then all of my social media platforms, it's LexCATL, with the exception of Twitter, because I did get suspended off of Twitter thanks to a cover that I did to Beyonce's Hold Up. And I also did a cover to Soldier by Destiny's Child. And I think there was another song I did by Beyonce that got flagged on Twitter. And I ended up getting suspended off of Twitter because of those copyright strikes, which is dumb because I credited the original artist, but whatever. It's for Beyonce. I still love the queen. Still love the queen bee. But my Twitter is This Is Lexi. But everything else other than that, it is at LexCATL. So I have consistent branding across all of my social media platforms. But I also, as well as TikTok, I forgot that I added that on there. But something to keep in mind is finding what it is, like how it is you like to create content. If you're an artist, obviously you like to record music, but how do you like to create content around your music? Do you like taking pictures? Do you like taking videos? Do you like making funny skits? Do you like talking to people? Do you like educating people? So it took me a little bit of time to figure out the best way that I like to communicate with people and the best way that I like to create content and share content. But now I'm down to my main 3 social media platforms, which is Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Most recently, like in the past 6 months, it's now TikTok, because I can make a TikTok on TikTok and then transfer it and post it as a reel in Instagram Reels. And I really like being able to do that. The only thing that would make TikTok better is if they had integration the way that Instagram does. So if you have an Instagram account, you can post to Twitter and Facebook simultaneously, posting from Instagram. If TikTok did something like that, or if Instagram made it so that it was integrated with TikTok to where I could automatically share the TikTok from Instagram, life would be so much easier. But I also had this app called Later, and it's a post scheduling app. And I used to pay $90 a year for it. You could automatically post pictures and videos, and now I think they automatically post carousels, which is like the groups of pictures, like when you have more than one picture to post. I think they automatically post those now, but that's also a great tool to help you keep up with your posting. So if you create, like, you have cover art or you have video snippets like the ones that I just made up on my stories, where I have snippets of All Keeps, Options, and Motorboat, then I can share all of those across my platforms. And then with Instagram stories, I can put a link to where you can listen to that music, or where you can watch that music video, or where you can get ticket and show information. So there's really, my ass hurts. There's really no excuse other than laziness or fear of not wanting to learn or not wanting to seem stupid, I guess. I don't know. But there's really no excuse for why we are not promoting and why we're not taking advantage of all the free resources that we have available. So I definitely have to agree with Tyler, the Creator, on that. And I would have to encourage anyone who's listening to this, whether you're tuning in live or whether you're catching this on Apple or Spotify podcasts or YouTube, right? Or my Patreon. Definitely. How many hours a day do you spend scrolling through Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok? If you are not making your mark digitally, then you're doing something wrong, especially if you're an artist. Now, for me, I still haven't quite figured out what to do with my music on TikTok, but the best thing that I feel like I'm doing right now. What's up, Maurice McGee? I was just talking about you earlier. One of the topics we're actually talking about is, I think you tagged me in the video of Tyler, the Creator, talking about how artists are too passive with their promotion. Or maybe it was a different video, actually, now that I think about it. But I thought of you because I'm pretty sure you tagged me in something about promotion. So yeah, like I said, my main platforms, TikTok being the newest addition, my main platforms are Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So the way that I was, looking to help myself as an artist, once I narrowed down like the art, oh my God, once I narrowed down the platforms that I mess with the heaviest, then it was like, okay, I know how I can create certain content. So like with my YouTube channel, right? It's teaching people things about the music industry. It's where I house my LexChats. But before I really got into tutorials or the LexChats even, YouTube was a way for me to share my music videos and a way for me to share interviews that I was doing and a way for me to show people that I can sing me, just my voice, no auto-tune, wherever I am. So like what's something I was always singing? I guess Monica should have known better. I didn't ask to go with you to Mexico. I really didn't need the shopping spree in LA on Melrose. Boy, if you didn't know it, well now you know. I didn't need the furs or the jewelry, because material things, they don't mean much to me. And ever since you've been gone, I've been holding us down on my own. And no, I never ever cheated, I never ever lied. So you can stop asking me why I never left you, and why I kept it real, and why I'm still with you. You should have known better than to think I would leave. That's my jam. A classic, a Monica classic in my book. But anyway, I did all of that just to show y'all that I can sing live with no auto-tune. Even if I do, because I do put auto-tune on my music. But even with that information, I sing live and I sound just like the tracks, just so y'all know. Don't ever get it twisted. But anyway, so YouTube can be used to showcase talents like that. So of course I'm making content like that on YouTube. That's one way to promote myself. I do the multi-screen acapella with the multiple mini me's all over the screen that some of y'all see on my social media. I also put that on my YouTube as well. For my podcast, podcasts have really taken over as far as like the kind of content that I'm putting out. But with like the LexChats that I'm doing, right? The Lex check, the first 10 to 20 minutes of my episode, I'm playing my music behind what I'm talking about. So hopefully, and then I put ads behind the Lex chats, and I'm getting at least 300 eyes and ears on YouTube every week that I'm posting this stuff, right? Hopefully someone's hearing the music in the background and they're wondering, what is that song? And then like I did with Motorboat, right? So Motorboat was in the background of Lex Check for like 4 or 5 episodes. And then I have it playing by itself the last 20 minutes of my Lex chat of my podcast. And that's garnering me like more interest, right? So you're being educated from my podcast, of course, but then I also have my music playing underneath that. And you're hearing that multiple times. Eventually you're going to be like, man, what is that song? At the end of my Lex chats, if you watch it on YouTube, I have the name of the song on that end screen. And hopefully people go and search me and look me up on my website or on Spotify or something. I've been sick. I'm getting well though. Oh, I gotta check on Maurice. He said he's getting sick. Everybody, well wishes to Maurice that he gets better and gets back in good health and good graces. He's always keeping a positive attitude though. That's what I appreciate about him. I need to get better at checking in on my peoples. But yeah, so I have that playing in the background of my podcasts. And eventually people, whether it's from these live chats, whether it's people listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, YouTube, eventually people are going to be like, I wonder what that song is. Where can I listen to it? That's another way for me to promote my music and hopefully get in front of more people. Him, the fella says, you sound beautiful. Thank you. I do need to get better with my vocal practice. I'm sounding a little dry and like not as glossy as I could. But lastly, Instagram and Twitter, of course, sharing pictures, videos, and more of your personality. So yeah, that is everything that Tyler, the Creator, said. And when you think about the different kinds of platforms that are free that we have, there's really no excuse other than laziness as to why we are not promoting ourselves. So yeah, that is, I think that's all I got for that. OI Music, welcome to the Lex Chat. We're starting super late today. 88 Official wants to be in the live chat. Let's go live with 88. Let's see what's up. Hopefully the microphone picks it up, but I don't know if it will. Let's see. We got to get into the closing.
What's up, LexC?
What's up, 88?
What's good? I see you. Hey, you know how we do it. We in the studio with Ashley B. Hey, you got one of your hits. You know we did the Whiskey record. You got a placement.
Hey, I haven't heard Ashley. What's up, girl? How are you? Oh, she looks so pretty in the red light.
You there? She's so pretty in the
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
You are gorgeous.
Thank you. Guess what, y'all? I figured out how to do my hair.
That he just did. Oh, yeah, it's going to the engineer. As soon as it comes from the engineer, we're going to send it to you right now.
Yes, let me hear it. Let me hear it. As soon as it's done, let me know. Let me know. Well, as soon as it's done, because I'm recording my podcast right now.
Oh, you working? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, everybody lock in the LexC podcast. Your boy, multi-platinum producer, 88 Finish. You know the vibe. In the studio with Ashley B. LexC wrote this hit with you. It's going to be a single for sure. Congratulations. I came on officially to tell you congratulations.
Aw, thank you, 88.
Let's go.
Let's go. Happy birthday! All the way, all the way. Okay. Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. That's what's up. That's what's up. Aw. It's always good energy when 88 tunes in too. On that note, y'all, that is the perfect place for us to go ahead and end this here Lex Chat with our closing remarks. So, like I said, as of the recording of this episode, I don't have any shows planned for August as of right now. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, then this is going to air on August 8th, which is a Monday. Make sure you just stay tuned and stay clicked into my website, www.LexCATL.com for information on shows and events that I am a part of and participating in, performing at, all of that good stuff. Stick close to my website, LexCATL.com, LEXCATL.com. But we have come to the end of our Lex Chat, and thank you to everyone who tuned in live and offered their opinion on the topics. We got into French Montana commenting on labels taking out life insurance policies on their artists. We got into Lil Baby saying he's not going to say the N-word in his music anymore. And we talked about Tyler, the Creator, and his thoughts on artists being so passive when it comes to promoting their own music and how we really need to get out of our own heads and put in the work of promoting ourselves more. And I couldn't agree more with that. I need to work on that, as I admitted to that as well. So yeah, y'all don't come for me. I'm trying to do better. We're all trying to do better, but hopefully y'all found these topics interesting for this Lex Chat this week. And again, thank y'all so much to everyone who tuned in live and offered their perspective. Make sure you go to check out my song Options, which was produced by Maurice Beats. That was playing in the background of the Lex Check earlier on in this episode, and it's going to be playing the last 20 seconds of this episode. So make sure you stick around. That is available on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, Tidal. It's on YouTube as well. You can find it pretty much everywhere. That's called Options, and that was produced by Maurice Beats. We have more amazing music coming on the way. He and I are working on an album together, and I got to get on it as far as like the mixing and everything. So thank you so much for your patience with me, Maurice Beats. I appreciate you, my boy. LexC merchandise. Remember, I have the #winner visors. I have #winner, #keeper wristbands in all different colors, literally every color of the rainbow. I have my LexC burn lighters. If you smoking, there's a lighter. If you drinking, there's a built-in bottle opener on this lighter. So, and if you also, want something to remember me by, you want to see my face every day, I got LexC posters, my regular artist ones, and then I have some sexy LexC posters as well. All of those things, all that merchandise is available on my website at www.LexCATL.com, www.LEXCATL.com. Shipping is available so far in the US. I don't know what I would do about international right now, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Remember to check out my recent interviews in the online magazines Oh Dear Mag at Oh Dear Mag, OHDEARMAG, ohdearmag.com. In the May 2022 tab, there is a story with an interview of me, LexC. And make sure you check out Voyage Savannah as well. VoyageSavannah.com/interview/check out LexC's story. and read about, you know, some of the things that inspired me growing up and how I got into music and all of those things. Make sure you check out those and yeah, show some love to those platforms. Also, for Lex Rated, if you would like your songs rated live on LexChat, or if you would like me to dedicate an entire YouTube video to you, then $25 for 3 songs. I'm accepting payment through CashApp and Venmo, LEXCATL, cash symbol LEXCATL. $25 for 3 songs. You got to send them all at once though. All 3 songs at once and all $25 at once to have your stuff reviewed live on LexChat and or as a YouTube video. You can send your links and MP3s to lexcsolo@gmail.com, LEXCSOLO@gmail.com. And I want to give a special shout out to L Cardi, who opened up a club and hookah lounge called ATL, located at 2852 Delk Road, Suite 212 in Marietta, Georgia, 30067. Book his lounge for birthdays, brunches, listening parties, family gatherings, all of that good stuff. You can email or call for business inquiries, ihookatl@gmail.com. That's IHOOKKAATL@gmail.com, or you can call 470-661-1183. Again, that phone number is 470-661-1183 for business inquiries. And if you want me to give your business a shout out at the top and the end of the episode, maybe even the middle if we work out the numbers, you know what I'm saying, then make sure you email me at lexisolo@gmail.com, LEXCSOLO@gmail.com. Tell me a little bit about your business and I'll give you a shout out. Donations are welcome. I would very much appreciate it. I would very much appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some support out here. You feel me? Support me. I'll support you. You feel me? And L Cardi is my friend and we've done a lot of music together. I'm very proud of him. I need to go check out iHookah Lounge. By the way, his Instagram is at iHookah Lounge ATL. That's at IHOOKKAATL on Instagram. Make sure you go follow that page to get updates on events and gatherings that they're having at iHookah ATL. And for the last closing remarks, because we're getting up out of here, if you are listening on or watching on YouTube, I'm sorry, then make sure you like this video, leave a comment down below, and comment on any of the topics we got into today, whether that was French Montana with the life insurance policies taken out on artists by the labels, Lil Baby saying how he's not going to use the N-word in his music anymore, or Tyler the Creator saying artists need to stop being so passive when it comes to the promotion of their music. Let me know what you think about those topics in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content on YouTube. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you give me a 5-star rating and leave a review, so that will help me to get this show placed in front of more ears, more eyes, more listeners, a bigger audience. I would greatly appreciate it, and thank you so much for your continued support. If you would like to go the extra mile in supporting me, then please consider becoming a patron for as little as $5 per month. You can become a patron of mine at patreon.com/LexCATL, patreon.com/LEXCATL. And for as little as $5 a month, you will get access to behind the scenes material. You will see content as soon as I upload it. Not when it's made public for the general public, but as soon as I upload it. So that can mean sometimes a difference in weeks or even months between seeing content before the general public gets to see it. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in having perks to, as well as discount codes when I have shows or when I get discount codes on merchandise, if you're a patron, then you get first dibs on those kinds of things. And if that sounds interesting to you, and like I said, or maybe you just want to be a supporter and go that extra mile, then become a patron of mine at patreon.com/LexCATL, patreon.com/LEXCATL. But thank you all so much for joining me in LexChat this week. LexChat next week. I'm working on it. I need some catchphrases for the ending. But thank y'all so much for tuning into the LexChat. My name is Lexi. Until next time, peace.
So tell me what's the other option? I've been in this for too long can never change you out of pocket. So go do you because we're too grown.